Alright, let's go tell her.
There you are, my dear. I was beginning to worry. Tell me everything. What did you find at the sites marked on Alea's map?
We learned that traders placed Laban stones on the ship to draw the storm to the vessel.
Traitors? This confirms our suspicions. But lodestones are powerful arcane focuses. What else did you discover, dear?
One of the sites was a druidic ritual circle. We found a lobstone there.
Lodestones on the ships and at the ritual site? That must be how the Ascendant Magus targeted the ships with his storm. Remarkable. But was the storm meant to delay the ships, or give the Order the opportunity to capture the Alliance leaders?
A letter indicated the storm was meant to kill, by Valisa thinks they lost control over.
So the Ascendant Magus isn't infallible. That's good to know. And the evidence we've uncovered up to this point tells us the Order believes the Alliance leaders are still alive. They're actively hunting for them. We must find them first.
We located the Dockmaster. He told us the Order has moved their search from the shallows to a mosque.
Amanos. I suppose
Amanos.
it's possible the leaders washed onto that God's forsaken island. While I determine our best approach to that place, I need you to go to Shipwreck Shoals and aid Captain Suzo. I received an urgent message right before you arrived.
I've heard they're now and help the captain.
The shoals are a graveyard. The final rest for vessels that met an unfortunate end in the straits between High Isle and Amanos. Go and help Captain Suzo, dear. He made it sound quite urgent.
What's Captain Shuzo doing at the shipwrecks?
I sent Suzo and Zaji to search along the northern shores for signs of their wrecked ships or the Alliance leaders. Suzo's message was short but direct. He found something and needed help. You're the first to return, so you get the job.
How do I get the shipwrecks?
You'll need to
going?
take a small boat from the north shore of the island. There's
Alright.
Shipwreck Shoals is on the northern coast, just west of the fort shipyard.
Alright.
Back in the saddle.
I've no time for pleasantries. I'm up to my ears in cargo manifests. You have some business with me?
I found this map piece near Bullock's body.
Body? I'm sorry to hear that. He was never very sneaky. Always stumbling around in the dark. His night vision was horrible, unusual for a Khajiit.
You expected him to die?
Expected? No. I'm just not very surprised. I warned him there was risk, but he was eager and needed the work. Looks like you'll be collecting instead. I'll gladly pay you for his piece of the map.
You have a deal. Here you go.
Sure enough, this is definitely one of the map fragments I've been looking for. Balky actually managed to find it to his credit. Shame he couldn't claim the reward. Well, you finished what he couldn't, so here you go. Unless we've got business. I've got no more time to talk. I'm not a rich man, and I got work to do.
What do you need the map pieces for?
I tell you to mind your business, but you've done me a good turn. I wasn't always such an upstanding citizen. I got involved with some unscrupulous things around Port Hunding. You caught up with me, and I found myself on Aminos soon enough.
What does that have to do with the map fragment?
I befriended another exile from Hammerfell, an old pirate who captained the Scourge of Sentinel. He terrorized the crown for years before disappearing. He told me he split a map of his treasure among his crew, but they never claimed it.
So now you're trying to find it?
The old pirate gave me his fragment before he passed to the far shores, and told me the rest of his crew were still in the Sisters. So I tried to track them down. None of them seemed to still be alive, but following their trails seems to have paid off.
Need me to find the other map fragment?
I already hired some others to track down the remaining fragments. I'm not willing to double deal behind their backs. But if you happen across any other fragments in your travels before they do, then that's just their bad luck.
What do you
Fair.
need the map?
I tell you to mind your business, but
Alright, let's go see what this other was it.
Here we are. I'm going to cast a... That's one ward restored. Let's fix the next one. It's in the glade just west of here. I really should have paid more attention to Magister Iren when he was explaining how these protective wards work. I should have paid more attention to him in general, actually. The next one is in the glade. It's just across the way to the west.
Will restoring the wards return everything to normal here?
Unfortunately, no. The wards are just to keep the unstable magic inside the bounds of Tordrea. That way, I can work on a counterspell without worrying about the original spell spreading.
How did you know about the wards in the first place?
Magister Iren made sure I knew what they were and what purpose they served as soon as he took me on as an apprentice. He wanted me to be familiar with as much as Tordreac as possible. Or at least the parts that keep it safe. This is not the end of our tale. Here we are. I'll mix a Oh, you're a natural. Maybe you should have been Magister Irin's apprentice. The last word is inside. This is the last one. Let's get this over with. That's all the wards. Let's talk outside. I need to figure out what to do next. I know my rogue spell is to blame for most of the weirdness happening around Tordreac, but it almost seems like these damned moats are becoming dangerous. They're doing more than just mischievous magic. Fish biscuits. I need to figure this out.
Why would they turn dangerous?
I'm not sure. The moats aren't new. They're always hanging around Tordreac. I think they're drawn to places like this. But there was nothing in my spell that should have made them act malevolent. And there are a lot more around than usual.
Should we do something about them?
Yes, I can make traps to contain them, but I'm still worried about their behavior. While I work on the traps, could you head into the tower and look to Magister Irin's things? He might have a book with more information about the moats.
I'll go search too.
See if you can find anything in the tower about the moats. I'll meet you there and start on the traps.
This is ridiculous. I knew Magister Irin should never have taken in a mangy cat like you.
Relax, Huldressa. I'm working on it.
You better work fast, because when Magister Irin... What the... Oh!
Wow.
All right. That was a little funny.
I'm sorry. I mean, she was being a jackrabbit.
You in here? Did you find anything useful about... I finished the traps. Once we set them up, they should take care of the moats. Then I can sort out the livestock in Huldressa, and at some point create a counterspell to fix everything for good. Did you learn anything
I
useful?
found a book that mentioned it. Wow. Spirit associated with the moats.
Oh, I read that one, with the Wind Sorrow lady, right? Oh, what if my spell disturbed her and that's why the moats are acting up? That's troubling, and also a problem for future Ember. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Or two things, actually.
Which
The traps are finished, but the livestock and Hildressa are still a problem. I want to figure out a way to return them all to their natural forms before the illusion does any damage. Could you set the traps while I do that?
Where should I set?
Here, I'll mark some places to set the traps. They're in a pack by the work tables outside. While you do that, I'll figure out how to fix the livestock and Hildressa. Then I can work on my counterspell. Meet me by the... Good luck setting up the traps. I'll meet you by the livestock pens when you're finished. That's the end of that tale. All right, let's get you two back to your regular chicken selves. Ha! I knew it would work. Run along, lady. You're back. The traps worked, didn't they? See? I told you I know what I'm doing. Mostly. Speaking of which, I think I figured out a way to return the livestock to their original forms.
How?
I made something. I know it looks like a spoon, but, well, technically it is a spoon, but I enchanted it. And I call it the Spoon of Undo. I just tested it on those chickens. It removes the illusions perfectly.
Why is it so important to remove the illusion from the life?
Normally I wouldn't bother, but illusions can be disorienting and cause terrible headaches. I don't want any of the animals suffering while I come up with my counterspell. Oh, and Hildressa. I suppose I don't really want her suffering either.
What can I do to help?
Here, take the Spoon of Undo. If you could run around and fix the livestock and Hildressa, that will give me a chance to finally whip up this counterspell. By the time you're finished, I'm sure I'll have something figured out.
I'll take your enchanted spoon and help the livestock.
Just look around for people making animal noises. I'm sure they won't be hard to find. And tell them I'm sorry when you change them back, would you?
How does
As
the
for
spoon
Hildressa,
of undoing
I'm all-
work?
It sounds cute when you say it. It's a pretty simple reversing enchantment. It should counteract the magic from the motes and dispel the illusion. Basic stuff. Not even I can mess up.
Do you think the animals will let me use the spoon of undoing on them?
Well, they're still animals. They might run around a bit, but I doubt they'll make it too difficult for you. They're not exactly geniuses. Personally, if I was a sheep and got turned into a human, I think I'd go off on an adventure.
Can I ask what you were trying to do with your spell?
I wasn't trying to turn animals into people, I swear. I had a theory about animating the inanimate. One of Magister Irin's texts gave me the idea. That's probably why he locks so many of his books away, now that I think about it.
You sneaky little bastards. Oh yeah, you're out. There you go. There you go, you little lads. You young, hungry lads. Alright.
Well, I'm hoping to avoid that scenario. But if it does happen, I'm not sure. He's an odd one. I'm too old for him to punish, and he's not really the type to dole out discipline anyway. I think he'd be disappointed, which is so much worse.
Do you think the animals will let me use the spoon of undoing?
Well, they're still animals. They might run around a bit, but I doubt they'll make it too difficult for you. They're not exactly geniuses. Personally, if I was a sheep and got turned into a human,
Oh,
I'll be
alright.
in the tower working on the counter spell. Come find me when you're done. No guts, no glory! Guard up, get moving! I do believe we're good at this. What's the story behind this, I wonder?
Find a restore.
Was I just a Guar? This is all Emma's fault. Oh, I feel strange. It was quite unpleasant. Thank you for saving me. I know I'm nothing to gawk at, but I prefer to look like this instead of a Guar.
Are you alright now?
All right. She made me look like a Guar. What do you think? I told Magister Aaron that Emma was trouble the moment she showed up. Trouble, I said. But did he listen?
Amber and I are working on.
There wouldn't be anything to work out if that careless Khajiit would listen more and mind her elders. She's brash and often quite rude. Why am I standing here talking to you? I'm going back to my kitchen, and I may just have a glass of wine.
I assume he'll dress us back to her charming self. I've run into a problem. I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I've nearly finished my counterspell, but I need to find a tome called The Mirrored Way to complete it. I know Magister Aaron has it, but it's not with the rest of his books. That's the bad news. Because if the Mirrored Way isn't with the rest of his things, it's probably locked away in his arcane library. The library he specifically forbids me from entering. The tome I need has to be in there. Without it, I can't make the counterspell. Magister Aaron has warned me not to enter his library 1,000 times. But these are special circumstances. There will probably be some magical traps inside meant to keep me out. So I'll need your help getting the book while I... Once we find the Mirrored Way in Magister Aaron's library, I can finish my counterspell. I just hope the old man wasn't serious about putting something dangerous inside to keep me out. He was definitely kidding. Had to be. Not sure. I picked the lock on the place as soon as I figured out he didn't want me getting in there. He's since put up protections and told me to stay out unless I have his permission. I'm sure he's got some kind of ward or barrier set up. It wasn't hard. Mages like Magister Aaron tend to think in necessity. I wasn't... Follow me. The library is downstairs. Give me just a moment to pick the lock. All right, let's get in and out as quick as we can. I don't sense anything. Maybe the old man was bluffing. Fish biscuits!
I warned you, Ember.
This spell is specifically targeting me. I'll figure out a way down. You just focus on getting the book. That's it! You got it! Now, let's get out of here before I set off something else. Magister Aaron really didn't want me getting in there, huh? I didn't know the old man had it in him. He had something to target me specifically. What a sneaky old goat. Good thing I had you with me. You managed to get the book, right? Let me see it. Let me take a look. No, not that. That would be bad. What about this? Oh, here it is. It's Amahan is Exis, not Gahan Amexis is. Good thing I checked. See? That's personal growth right there. Two different arcane glyphs. They do entirely different things when written and pronounced aloud. The second one is what I need for my counterspell. Now, all that's left is to get to the old ritual circle and cast this. I'll need your help again. The counterspell should set everything right in Tordrea. Things will be just as Magister Iren left them, and I won't have to face his furrowed brow. I'll need your help at the ritual site. Casting a spell this big, the old ritual circle is a place of power, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. I plan to draw on the magic there to help strengthen my counterspell. Magister Iren told me about it.
Do you think that
Windsorrel's
spirit is actually here?
Maybe. Old tales and myths always start from some truth at some point in time. The moats around here seem to be affected by more than my spell, is all I'm saying. I always expect the worst.
So what do you think we might find at the ritual?
If luck is with us, maybe just some irritated wildlife we can deal with as we've done before. Or some of the bolder moats. The ritual circle is just up the hill. I'll meet you there. First, we need to set the ritual flames. There's 3 around the site. Light the 3 ritual flames here. I'll get the ones on the altar. The spell is set. Follow me. We should be able to see it materialize. Any second now. It worked! We did it! Come on, let's get back to the tower.
Under these conditions, I was turned into a guar. A guar!
Of course, Huldressa. I promised to address the situation.
See that you do.
Huldressa sold me out, didn't she?
Well, let me speak to your associate first, Ember. So, you were witness to the events here. And as I understand it, you had a hand in bringing them to an end. For that, I thank you. And if you'll indulge me, I do have a few lingering questions. What in the world happened?
Amber had a spell go away.
I don't know what I expected, leaving her to her own devices here, even temporarily. Ember and Trouble are old friends. I can still feel the repercussions of this spell gone awry, as you say. Do I have you to thank for rectifying it?
Amber already had an idea of how to fix it before I got here.
I see. As trying as she can be, she truly is a talented mage. She can be impatient. Given her natural inclination to magic, it's understandable. I always knew I was perhaps not the best teacher for her.
What do you mean?
I took her in because I knew I couldn't leave someone as skilled and impulsive as her to her own devices. But I have neither the time nor aptitude to teach her properly. It's my own failing. Speak to her, would you? I must collect my thoughts.
I'll talk to Amber.
Don't worry. Ember isn't in any trouble. While I am not pleased about my traumatized cook, I must concede that everything is back in order and the consequences of Ember's magic weren't dire. Still, I must consider what to do now.
Is Ember a difficult
I
student?
don't mean to give the impression that Ember is incapable of learning. That's not the case. She's a bright mage, one of the brightest I've ever seen. Everything I've taught her, she's taken to like flame to parchment. But therein lies the problem.
How so?
Just like a flame, Ember wants to devour everything around her. Her appetite for knowledge is ceaseless. That's good quality in a mage, but not necessarily one I'm equipped to deal with. By my own admission, I'm methodical, cautious, by the books.
And Ember isn't?
Exactly right. Ember needs someone who can keep up with her. Someone who thrusts themselves headlong into adventure so that she may temper herself and her magic beside them. Perhaps when I was younger, I could have been that for her, but not now.
Hey, you! Let's talk while Magister Irin... I thought Magister Irin would be as mad as a wet dragon, but he looks amused. It's probably because he's wanted to turn Holdressa into a Guar at some point. He just won't admit it. And the fact that we fixed it all before he got here helped.
Do you think he will push you harder at your magic studies?
Well, I've been thinking. I'm grateful to Magister Irin, but sitting and reading about magic has little appeal to me. This whole thing just proved to me that I'm too restless here. I want to do magic, not just study. Go on adventures, see things.
Are you saying you want to leave for...
I think it's time. I've been given good training here, but I still have a lot to learn. For me, the best teachers are curiosity and experience. I learn best by doing. Ember the Sorcerer. I like the sound of that. But that can come later. First, take this. It's not much, but you deserve it. I think we made a good team today. If you ever need a sorcerer who has your back, let me know. We'd have some fun. Magister Irin, I'm grateful for your teaching. I didn't think you could get more powerful. But I think it's time for me to move on.
The world is an excellent teacher for one of your talents, Ember. Write me occasionally.
I should go pack my things. And say goodbye to Holdressa. Not a chance. Magic Cat, ready for business.
Alright, well, we're going to, yeah, we're going to investigate the shipwrecks. You want to go on an adventure? I guess we'll teach you. I hope your magic could be useful to help me fight. I've taught my knight something. She's going back home for a little bit to do stuff, so I'll need you, Amber, for a little while.
Get away from me, stupid thing! Is it gone? I'm not going anywhere. You there. Here, please. No, you don't know me. But I do know you. Keeping an eye on notable people while going unnoticed is sort of my expertise. The only reason we're speaking is because I'm in something of a predicament.
What's the matter?
My partner and I were recovering intelligence for the Pact in Shipwreck Shoals. But we were caught by Dreadsail pirates and separated. Imagine the harm Sea Elves could do with Pact maps and orders. We can't allow it.
So you want me to recover the
Yes,
intelligence?
and I need you to rescue my partner. If she was captured, she'd be consigned to a life of brutal slavery. If you rescue Nari and take care of the documents, I'll forfeit my finder's fee from the Pact to you. The three things to look out for are enemy
I would love
messages
to help the
collect,
Pact.
allied documents to destroy.
They
and
helped my
Nari to bring to
people
safety.
and took care of me.
You'll find all of
But
them
sadly
either among
couldn't
the
help
wreckage
me
on the
when we
shoals
died.
or among the Sea Elves. Take my skiff to get there.
But what do you do for the Elbenhart Pack?
I keep an eye on the sisters for them. Make note of noteworthy people and events, gather information, exchange it with other eyes and ears around the Isles. Folks beneath notice, Nari among them. The rewards far outweigh the risks, usually.
Tell me about your partner.
This is risky business. Informants that get caught shouldn't expect a rescue, but I just can't leave her. The truth of it is, Nari's my sister. Letting her be dragged off by the Sea Elves would make future family gatherings awkward.
What do you do for the Elbenhart Pack? Anything I should know about the ship?
It's a particularly treacherous route through the Sisters Archipelago. Anything larger than a skiff that gets pulled in by the... It's a tempting route for clandestine maneuvers.
Alright, I'll go check. But I gotta go do something. I'll be back, I promise. Hold on. Oh, so y'all are seals. Never heard of your kind. I heard of the sea. I heard of the snow elves, but I never heard of these people. People took their land from them, which honestly I feel bad for my Nordic race, but my clan. That was a different story.
You want to die?
They're all over the place. want that freaking shard. Can I go up there? No, I can't. Maybe it's around. Here we go. Alright, good. He's telling me. I think this is their symbol. We'll be right here. Alright, let's go find out. Allied documents. Burn it.
With those lodestones and the Fleet Queen's magic, we're untouchable.
Yeah! Yeah! Come and try it!
That'll teach you to mess with Ember the Sorcerer.
Why do you kill people like you and to leave other dominions like the they did not do nothing wrong, but you decided to take that knowledge and take advantage of it. That's why. May you rest in peace and the hell that comes away from you.
Wait, I'm alive. Please don't leave me here. Get me out of here, please. Those sea elves are trying to break me, force me to decode documents to help them attack Alliance ships. I can't take much more.
Send me to rescue you and deal with some Alliance.
You have any idea how long I've been in this cage getting nipped at by reef vipers while Titus found you? I bet he was more concerned about those stupid papers than his own sister. Can you open the cage? I want to get out of here. You're a godsend. The sea elves would have fed me to the vipers piece by piece until I decoded the documents they wanted. I'm getting out of here. If you come across any papers written in coded gibberish, I'd be obliged if you made sure the sea elves don't keep them.
Alright, I'll make sure. gotta go over here anyway. Come on. There's some papers in here somewhere. Do you have any? I'll take that. Oh yeah, there it is. Burn it. Alright, well we gotta go down. How the heck did we get in there? Oh, there it is. Alright, there we go. I already killed y'all's captain.
Did Lady Arabelle send you? Look, I think I found her. When I got to the shoals and saw all those Sea Elf pirates and Hadalids, I quickly sent a message to Lady Arabelle requesting assistance. But I was able to sneak over here, and that is when I spotted her. The sea has returned her back to me.
Who was returned to you?
My ship, the Kamal's Bane. Oh, I thought I lost her forever. She washed ashore on the shoals, thank the Hist. It took me some time to reach this spot without being detected. But now that you're here, we can see what remains of my vessel.
Alright, I'll help you search the wreckage.
She will never sail again. But at least it will be good to see her one last time. You check the hull, and I will search among the wreckage. Be careful.
I'll be back. I gotta go ahead and do something. Let's go search the other thing for the documents. There we go. Alright, they're in the way. Out of my way!